We have with us tonight representing the Karnataka government, which has really been caught on the wrong foot on this one. Dinesh Gundu Rao is Minister of State for Food and Civil Supplies. He's a Congress spokesperson. Syed Asim Waqar of the SP, Sambit Patra of the BJP taking him on. Raghav Chadha of the Aam Aadmi Party, which has aggressively picked up the issue in Bengaluru, was part of the protest. TSR Subramaniam feels strongly on this. So does Ashok Khemka, who's joining us today. Crusading officer, presently Secretary of the Transport Department in Haryana. K Misra, President of the Navbharat Democratic Party, is sitting there in the Bangalore studios with Grishma Nyak. The Grishma Nyak is the daughter of late Madan Nayak, senior forest officer, who was killed in the line of duty while he was doing his job, and there has been no justice at all for his family, his wife, his daughter. And the reason we have Grishma Nyak tonight is so we can get a sense of what happens to crusaders after they give up their lives and how unfair this country is to them. So I'd like to first go across to you, Grishma Nyak. You know, your father died while doing his job. You know, it's been so many years since your father was murdered. And just a recap, while I introduce you there, Madan Nayak was Assistant Conservator of Forests. He was doing his job in a forest area, taking on some people. He was killed brutally. There were 15 people filed in the charge sheet. The local police delayed the FIR. The trial only began. The accused are out on bail. So Grishma, as the daughter of somebody who died in these circumstances, you're watching this particular case. What do you feel?
First of all, it's like we have lost a noble personality, and I regret for our loss. And what do I say about our loss? More than a loss, after effects were actually affecting us more. Politicians who were not reacting to what should they do to us or something like that. I don't know, how do I put it? We have been struggling from last 3 years to get justice, and there's no result. There's no result.
And now that you see, Grishma, I don't know if you've seen that in this particular case of DK Ravi, almost the whole country is now beginning to come together. Do you see a change? I mean, do you wish that some of this also has a ripple effect in your case? In the case of your family and your father's killing?
Yes, I wish that this continues. Because in our case, it was like, yes, people did support us, media, everybody support us. But in the later stage, it got saturated, because how much can you fight when you get no result on this?
You know, today people are saying, Grishma, some people are saying now, the state government says that trust us, you know, we will give justice to the case of DK Ravi. But I think in your father's case also, the case was transferred after your father died to the CBCID, which did not transfer the case to the CBI. So you and your family has been suffering. It's been waiting for justice. What has the CBCID done all this while?
Oh, yes. One part of the case is like that. The other way, we are struggling. We are fighting for this case in the court, and without our notice, they just transferred the case from Karwa District Court to Darwa District Court.
Yeah.
So, and I feel there's something wrong happening all around.
You feel, Grishma, in this case, that one family is left to fight for itself in a way? That nobody really helps you, right? After the media focus shifts away, does anyone come and help you after that, or how difficult is it for just a family?
Not at all.
To keep up, you know, their own spirit?
Yes, it's very, very difficult, I can say, and moreover, you live a easy, simple life, and when you're an honest officer, and his family is living a honest, simple life, I can say, and all of a sudden there's like no support from anybody. You have to knock roads, you have to knock doors of all the from door to door. We have done this in Vidhan Sauda, door to door, requesting for people, please help us. We are 3 ladies fighting on this case.
And?
Yeah.
And how difficult has it been?
Yes, very difficult. I can't express it in words because.
How difficult is it for you and your mother to be fighting this by yourself, Grishma?
Sorry, come again.
How difficult is it for you and your mother to be fighting for this case? This case is just simply dragged on, isn't it?
Yes, it's been happening since years now. We are literally knocking the doors of all the politicians just to help us. See, somewhere you have sympathy on animals. You can ban so many things for animals. Why not on people? Why not on people? See, don't give wrong statement of dirty politics over here. Please, justice. It's not only shifting the case to CBI. Justice is what we need.
Yes, Grishma. Grisha, I just want to now ask the minister in this case. Dinesh Gundu Rao, you are there right now. It's very easy for you as a minister to say, trust us, trust us. We don't trust you. We look at the case, what happened in the case of Madan Nayak. At that time, the BJP was in power. They were promising the same thing, CBCID case. You see how difficult it is for their family to fight this case alone. Today, you say in this particular case, in the case of DK Ravi, we should trust you. We don't trust you at all. And in the case of DK Ravi, Mr. Gundu Rao, you have done things which has made us actually question your intentions. You have behaved in the most suspicious ways. You tried to cover up the case. You call this a case of prima facie suicide. Even before the facts were at your disposal. Now you say trust us to take the investigation forward. We don't trust you, Mr. Gundu Rao. Do you understand this? You have lost our trust.
Arnab Goswami, you don't trust the government, you don't trust the CID, you don't trust our officers, you don't trust the Chief Minister. Whom do you trust?
Are you trying to be rhetorical with me?
You're sounding like...
Are you trying to be rhetorical with me?
You're sounding like... are you an anarchist or what?
No, you see the problem... No, Mr. Gundu Rao, first of all, I'll tell you one thing. People are watching you now. If you want to behave badly, you can behave badly. If you want to be rhetorical, you can say, I'll be rhetorical. If you want to insult people... Mr. Minister, listen to me, please. Listen to me, Mr. Minister. Please listen. Listen. No, 1 second. 1 second. This is the problem with you. This is the problem with you, Mr. Gundu Rao.
Don't allude all kinds of... false innuendos. Please don't do that.
There is nothing false. And
ours is a responsible government.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Why has it behaved in an irresponsible way?
We have got the best officers handling this investigation, and we want the truth to come out. DK Ravi is one of our best officers. You mean to say this government will not protect the interest of one of its good officers?
Yeah.
Please
I think for several reasons.
And paint everybody in the same brush.
I think for several reasons, Mr. Gundu Rao. Now, 1 second. What
are your reasons? It's all just fabricated.
Are you willing to listen at all or not? Are you willing to listen at all or not?
I'm listening.
Okay, then you please listen, please.
I'll listen.
Yeah, please listen. It's a good habit. The point is this: one, I'll give you several reasons why we can't trust you. When I say we can't trust you, citizens can't trust you, Mr. Gundu Rao.
Give me the time to reply for that.
I will, but after I tell you fair and square that you have lost our trust, and I'll tell you why. Now let me give you a few reasons, okay? Then we'll open up the debate, we'll get others in, and we'll give the minister a chance to respond. One, DK Ravi was an honest crusader. Reason number one, Bangalore police under your state government called this a case of prima facie suicide before facts were at his disposal. Right? Point number two, the Karnataka Home Minister, your colleague, after reading out a written statement on the floor of the House, defamed DK Ravi, floating a personal angle theory before facts were at his disposal. No action against him. Three, you float the suicide and personal angle theory knowing fully well there was enough reason to suspect a motive behind what happened. A, DK Ravi had given an interview about raids he had conducted on several builders. He had named all the builder groups. You could not have ruled out foul play. You didn't look at the issue of foul play. DK Ravi spoke about the possibility of future raids in the interview. When I spoke to the Bengaluru police commissioner after he had done the irresponsible thing that she had done, and I told him, are these not motive enough? He said, yes, possibly they could be motive enough. In other words, you were jumping from one conclusion to the other conclusion in trying to defame this officer by floating a personal angle theory. When this person was a known crusader, you did not look at any other factors that the man could have come under pressure, and there was no report, no post-mortem report, nothing in your hand when you made this conclusion. Now, besides this, and a last point, and I hope you understand this, and I'm now going to open it up to the others, Sambit Patra, Raghav Chadha, Ashok Khemka can all come in. Sir, there is some basic idea called conflict of interest. This officer takes on a company called the Embassy Group. Okay? The Embassy Group has a business understanding with a company owned by the Home Minister KJ George. Now this is acknowledged on both sides by KJ George, who is the chairman of the Embassy Golf Links, and also the Embassy Group. The fact of the matter remains, therefore, that I don't understand. Can you, Raghav Chadha, can you understand how can a Home Minister be in office when the investigation into the suspicious death of an IAS officer who raided a company he had links with is under the state government's purview? It's pure open conflict of interest, if there is any. Just a question of, he has to dissociate himself.
And Mr. Goswami,
the CBCID comes under the Home Minister. Raghav Chadha is coming in, and after that I'll come to you. No, I just wanted to give you facts. No, Raghav Chadha first, then Gundu Rao, you'll come back.
Please.
No, Raghav Chadha first, second voice, Raghav Chadha.
Mr. Rao, a few quick points. Please understand that this case, in which an upright, honest officer has to pay for his life, by his life, only for upholding the traditions of service, has done so, and the state instrumentalities who had the prime objective of the state instrumentalities is to protect such honest officers who perform without fear or favor, have failed him. The very fact that he was raiding tax defaulters, the very fact that he had the will to take on the sand mafia and the builder mafia, and the very fact that he took on companies of the Embassy Group which had close links with the Home Minister raises serious questions about the competence of the state instrumentalities to investigate this case. That's point number one. Point number two, the sheer alacrity and the eagerness with which the Home Minister, the Chief Minister and the Police Commissioner of the state have concluded this matter as a case of suicide, prima facie case of suicide, raises more alarms. I would go to the extent of saying that you have even gone 5 steps further than the BJP. The BJP, when it was in opposition in Karnataka, at least agreed to the demand when the BJP was in government in Karnataka, agreed to the demand of the Congress for a CBI probe in multiple cases. The Congress this time around is guarding certain ministers, is guarding certain vested interest groups, is guarding certain mafias, and making sure that it is only the state instrumentalities which can very well be controlled and influenced by certain politicians of the Congress party in Karnataka conduct the entire inquiry. I think it is a matter that if you all the politicians in your party should categorically state should be handled by the CBI. There is absolutely no reason why the state instrumentalities of the Karnataka state government should interfere with this case. Please understand, it is not just the loss of one upright officer. I think it's a daylight murder of honesty in this country. And
I want to ask certain questions.
If the central government today stops and is unable to protect,
it's a very fun. It's a very. I hope tonight. I hope tonight. I hope tonight. I'm coming to Sambit Patra. No, Mr. Gundu Rao, I will give you full opportunity to respond, but you need to hear a few people on the other side. My question is, how can a Home Minister still be in office after floating a personal angle to the suspicious death of a man who raided a company he has links with? It's impossible to believe, but this is actually happening in our country. Sambit Patra.
I want to ask some fundamental questions to Mr. Gundu Rao. I was listening to Mr. Gundu Rao's statement. He said not a single step has gone wrong since the investigation has started. Now, point by point, let's start from the point when the body of the upright officer DK Ravi was found in his home. Number one, your police commissioner allowed all and sundry to visit the scene of crime. All those land mafias, all those high-end politicians, they walked into the place of crime. It was not cordoned off. You did not collect evidence, and you say that you can investigate. For God's sake, don't mislead the country. Second, why were you in a hurry? Within 6 hours of discovering the body, when the autopsy was also not conducted, Mr. Reddy, the police commissioner of Bangalore, declares that it is a case of suicide. Number 3, less than 18 hours of finding the body, none other than Mr. George, the Home Minister, says that suicide was because of personal reasons.
Shocking.
You killed a man. You killed a man, and you are trying to assassinate his character now. Is this what is the character of Karnataka government? Now, tell me, this is the fourth question that I'm asking you. Is not Mr. Narayan Swamy, one of your MLAs, involved in the transfer of this upright officer from Kolar? And was not Mr. Narayan Swamy distributing sweets when the body was found? I'm pained. We have articles after articles. The local media in Bangalore is showing as to how this Narayan Swamy was distributing sweets. We have Vartur Prakash, the Kolar MLA, who was also distributing sweets. Then you had the biggest charge. The Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah, along with the Medical Education Minister and Health Minister, Mr. Kadir, visit to the post-mortem site in Victoria Hospital. While the post-mortem was going on, did you not try to influence the post-mortem? We had seen as to how even in AIMS, during Sunanda Pushkar
exactly, during the Sunanda Pushkar case,
the post-mortem was influenced. Why did the Chief Minister go to the post-mortem room? Was he not trying to influence the doctors there? They were government doctors after all. Now, the biggest question is, who is leaking this jittery lover thing now into the media?
The government.
That there is a woman angle.
The Home Minister.
Who is trying to assassinate the character?
The Home Minister of Karnataka.
Mr. Gundu Rao, you have to do enough answering today in Times now. Please go ahead and answer.
Okay. Arnab, will you be able to give me 2 minutes for all this?
I'm waiting.
Okay. First point. Mr. Ravi was not forcefully transferred. It was on his request, by his father-in-law's request, he was transferred. The Chief Minister...
Now, how can father-in-law request on behalf of a civil servant? No. Your previous spokesperson also said the same thing. What kind of government is this? Where a father-in-law...
Silly argument.
This is absolutely wrong. How can a father-in-law request for the transfer of a civil servant and then you agree to the father-in-law's request? Mr. Gundu Rao, don't mislead the nation. It was Mr. Narayan Swamy, the MLA, who fought to see to it that this upright officer was transferred. Father-in-law can never request for the transfer of any civil servant. This is against service rules.
We know what all you can do.
Mr. Gundu Rao, answer for the Congress. Don't venture into Bharatiya Janata Party. Answer for your misdeeds.
No, one second. Mr. Gundu Rao,
to talk today.
Mr. Gundu Rao, are you saying tonight? No, Mr. Gundu Rao. Mr. Gundu Rao, are you saying tonight?
Give me some time.
No, I will, but I want to seek a clarification from you. Mr. Gundu Rao, this is Arnab here. I want a clarification from you now.
Please.
I want a clarification, please, to you, Mr. Gundu Rao. Are you saying, therefore, no, since you say, okay, one second, please, this is a very important point. And now, no, I'm giving you time. No, I am giving you time. Mr. Gundu Rao, I am giving you time.
You're not giving me time.
I am giving you time. And in fact, next, after your response, K Misra, TSR Subramaniam, Ashok Khemka and also got to come in. You are saying tonight that the father-in-law DK Ravi's father-in-law wanted him posted out of Kolar. In other words, by the way, this is an unbelievable theory that the state governments get influenced if father-in-laws write letters.
Absolutely not true, Arnab.
No. If that is the case, if that is the case, if that is the case, RK Misra,
governments get influenced with father-in-laws and mother-in-laws writing letters.
Logical question to ask is, therefore, Mr. Gundu Rao says, believe what the family says. The family, Mr. Gundu Rao, has also alleged political pressure. One, the family has said foul play cannot be ruled out. One, family has said, the family, if you believe the family of DK Ravi has said that a serving Congress MLA and a builder group were putting pressure on DK Ravi.
You are misleading the nation, Mr. Arnab Goswami.
I am not misleading anyone. The father-in-law of DK Ravi, Hanumanta Rayappa, has said, has the father-in-law of DK Ravi
on your talk show.
Has the father-in-law of DK Ravi named a Congress MLA? Yes or no?
Now,
yes or no?
Can I speak now?
Yeah, yes or no? Simple.
Can I speak for 2 minutes?
Yes or no?
The deputy commissioner was transferred. He was given a key posting by the chief minister, and he was fully protected.
No. Has the father-in-law named?
Point number 2.
Has the father-in-law spoken about political pressure? Has the father-in-law named a Congress MLA? Has the father-in-law named a builder group in his press conference? Has the father-in-law said these people are putting pressure on my son-in-law? Has the Bangalore police or the CBCID Congress questioned the Congress MLA Narayan Swamy and the particular real estate group? Have they done any of this? Please tell me, Mr. Minister. Have they done that?
I have one question for you, Mr. Arnab Goswami. Why do you favor the BJP in Assam?
I am asking you a very simple question, Mr. Gundu Rao. Now you can, I will consistently ask you a simple question. You rule out foul play, but the father-in-law of DK Ravi has openly named a serving Congress MLA and a builder group in his press conference when asked if there was any pressure on DK Ravi. Now my question therefore is, has the Bangalore police or the CBCID questioned the Congress MLA, Mr. Narayan Swamy, the confident group? And by the way, Mr. Gundu Rao, if you want to, I do my journalism in the public arena. People know my journalism. I don't have to learn that from you. If you cannot answer, then say. If you cannot answer, then say, I don't know. I cannot answer your questions. Don't expose your inability. My question is very simple. The minister refuses to answer the specific questions. I go to RK Misra. RK Misra, what is Gundu Rao's inability to answer the questions revealing? What is Gundu Rao's inability to answer the questions revealing? Mr. Yeah, please go ahead. 1 second. 1 minute. Let's get RK Misra in. I think Gundu Rao cannot answer any questions now anymore. I don't know why.
Gundu Rao is also in Bangalore.
Yeah, Mr. Misra.
In Bangalore.
Mr. Misra, go ahead.
Can I please?
Mr. Misra, please. Mr. Misra.
And I am in Bangalore. And can I speak for 2 minutes? Gundu Rao, please hold on.
Yeah, RK Misra, go ahead.
No, Gundu Rao, 1 minute. So the popular sentiment in Bangalore, Mr. Gundu Rao, whatever you say is essentially that DK Ravi's death is not natural. Mr. KJ George, who has himself said he has an interest with the assembly, this embassy group, I mean him coming there and giving this statement, whether it is true or false, we don't know. Telling that it is suicide.
Let him speak, continue.
There was suicide note. Where is the suicide note? Declaring the suicide. I mean, this is all. Why are you not able to just give it to CBI? What's the problem? I just was, before coming here, I was with one of your ministers. I can't name it. Okay, but tell me why you are not in a position to hand it over to CBI. What is the big deal about it?
Arnab,
what is there to hide?
In fact, everyone's talking about this. TSR Subramaniam, please. TSR Subramaniam.
So popular in Kolar.
TSR Subramaniam, please. Mr. Subramaniam.
Because of his
Mr. Subramaniam.
Because he was
Mr. Subramaniam. Mr. Subramaniam.
Real estate.
Mr. Subramaniam.
After whatever has been said today and yesterday,
fit for CBI. CBCID has not given the justice to Nayak. They have not given justice to other people who have left their jobs. Mr. UV Singh was in Forest and Lake Department. There was a person in BBMP who had taken premature retirement. I think people have lost faith in the system here. Please give it to CBI.
Okay, Mr. Subramaniam.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Arnab,
Yeah.
Arnab, the state CID works under the Home Minister. After what we know in the last 3 days, what credibility even assuming the 1 in 1,000 chance that they will reach the truth, what credibility will it have in the public space? Who will believe that report of the state CID, number one?
That's very important.
Number two, even a novice in politics will know how much of unpopularity the government is getting in Bangalore and also all over India now. Why? Is it without reason? Clearly, they have something important. I mean, that's the only conclusion I can reach.
Yeah.
That there's something very important to hide, something very important, not ordinary. And lastly, only one final point. It is not just Ravi or Nayak or Manjunath or Shetty or 30 or 40 or 100 of these. For each one of these, there is 1,000 premature transfer, adverse entries, sidelined. And then there is also a large number of people encouraged to become corrupt and not fight the system. The damage to the system, Ravi represents not one tragic death. It represents the collapse of the administrative structure. It represents the nexus between our politics and our business and our mafias. That is the crux of what is happening today.
Okay,
we
lot
have to
of
get
people
to the bottom of Ravi if we want to address the problem.
Now, lot of people calling in right now to our newsroom. I will take a lot of callers as well. Gundu Rao, I will come to you. Have the patience to listen to others. I want to go to Ashok Khemka, who has faced political pressure in many circumstances in his life. Mr. Khemka, how do you look about this case of DK Ravi and the response of the state government?
No, why have you called me over here for this program?
Because you need to also listen to others, Mr. Gundu. No, Mr. Gundu Rao, no more arrogance, please. Listen to Mr. Khemka.
You got to get the other view
Yes,
also.
but you
Mr.
also need to
Gundu Rao,
listen
you
to
have
others.
nothing
You
to
understand
offer,
that?
by the way. Mr. Gundu Rao, your Home Minister has already
Arnab.
on the floor of Assembly declared the result,
Mr.
saying it is
Patra,
because of personal
our Home
reason that
Minister
suicide was
is not involved. This is
committed.
a
So what are you
fabrication
debating
by
tonight?
you and by
When
many
without
people,
investigation,
there is no-
you already have the result in
There
with
is-
you.
Can I
What are
speak
you
of
here
evidence?
for?
I'm going
The Home
across to
Minister has
Ashok
already declared the
Khemka.
results.
Ashok Khemka, please. Ashok Khemka.
Can I?
Yeah, Mr. Khemka,
Arnab.
go ahead.
Yes, Arnab.
Go ahead.
Arnab, yes. Mr. Gundu Rao, please listen, Mr. Gundu Rao. Please.
Mr.
Arnab, the views here are personal, but whatever I have heard in this channel, earlier I was in two minds, but today I am of the firm mind that this investigation must be handed over to the CBI. There are cases, so much of heat is being generated without reason. Whether it is murder or whether it is abatement to suicide, there was no reason, certain evidence which has come in your channel, that there would be fair investigation at the state government level. This death must be probed by an independent agency, independent of the state government. And there can be no better agency than the Central Bureau of Investigation. The state government should have no reason to fear if its hands are clean and hand over the investigation of this upright officer to the CBI.
It's not happening. The very fact that the government has now decided against the CBI investigation into this matter reflects just one thing. And there is the blatant conflict of interest in this case. Why is this case not being handed over to the CBI? Point number one, Raghav Chadha, I'm coming to you and then Gundu Rao will respond. Why shouldn't we think the state government is cagey about handing over the case to the CBI because the state home minister who has links with a company raided by DK Ravi is adamant that the investigation stay with the state government? If KJ George, that is the home minister's conscience is clear, hand over the case to the CBI. If the raids conducted on a company he has links with do not have anything to do with the death of DK Ravi, hand over the case to the CBI. If you are insistent on keeping the investigation within the purview of your government, why shouldn't we believe that you have something to hide? The whole approach, the manner in which the state government, and by the way, Raghav Chadha, this entire case had almost been closed, lock, stock and barrel by the state government 48 hours back. It is only because of people and media pressure that they are being forced to speak up. Yes, Ashok Khemka, you wanted to come back. Ashok Khemka, you were saying something there.
Arnab,
It's only
the very fact that the parents of the deceased, the family including the Congress MLA who is the father-in-law of the deceased, wants an independent investigation. Is this not reason enough for the state government to hand over the investigation to an independent agency like the CBI, which is independent of the state government? Is the father-in-law, who is the Congress MLA, inimical to the state government?
It makes absolutely no sense. I'm going to start taking a few callers. Raghav Chadha.
just add something to this.
Raghav Chadha,
Can I just add?
Yes, Raghav.
No,
Yes.
can I speak?
Very
Because,
quick.
Arnab, you're
Very
letting
quickly, I
everyone
just
speak.
wanted to add a
You're
couple of
letting everyone
points to
speak.
what
I
Mr.
think you got
Subramaniam
bias
just
over here,
said.
Mr. Arnab
You see,
Goswami.
unfortunately,
You are a pro-BJP
the system.
person, it seems to be.
Mr. Gundu Rao,
You're
just
an
keep
anti-
quiet.
Just give me 1
Please
second.
keep quiet, you see.
Give me
Mr.
1
Gundu Rao.
minute, please, sir.
Please be quiet, Mr. Gundu Rao. I told you once.
You see, the system has become.
After you 1 second. Well, now you know something.
The system has become
I'll say
so
something.
corrupt,
I'll say
so
something to this
compromised,
gentleman Gundu
and
Rao.
so dirty.
You know, Mr. Gundu Rao, I want to say this thing once and for all to you. Once and for all, I'm telling you this because what happens is television is a transparent medium. When politicians like you can't answer questions, when you are asked specific questions, so many specific questions put to you today by all the panelists. Have you been able to answer a single specific question? No. Have you answered any question that Raghav Chadha has asked? That Sambit Patra has asked, that TSR Subramaniam has asked? No. So what do you respond with? What do you respond with? Keep quiet, please. What do you respond with? You respond with trying to make the whole issue personal. The more you try to make the issue personal, Mr. Gundu Rao, across this country people are watching and they are only coming to the conclusion. Can we just lower his volume so I don't have to hear that non-stop, please? The one conclusion that people come to, Mr. Gundu Rao, is that you have got something to hide. You are looking so much on the defensive tonight. You are looking so shaky. You don't appear to have a single fact with you at your disposal. You don't know how to respond. And the only thing that you can do is try and make personal attacks on people participating in a Times Now debate. Therefore, Mr. Gundu Rao, I appeal to you one more time to give up this quite a strange trend and answer the facts once and for all. Because if you can't answer the facts, I also give you the option, Gundu Rao, of saying on the Times Now program that I do not have any facts to respond to the panelists with. But you know what, just going on and on saying I will not listen to others or trying to make personal attacks is really infuriating now. Sambit Patra also wanted to come back on the debate. But
I want to ask a very pointed question out of you.
Let all the viewers see this.
It is known to everyone that Mr. DK Ravi was to expose something within a few days. Mr. Gundu Rao, you have leaked many things, but why haven't you leaked what Mr. DK Ravi was to expose within this week? Was it something to do with the Home Minister? Was he going to arrest the Home Minister? Was it something with your top ministers? What was it that Mr. DK Ravi was going to expose? Answer. Mr. Gundu Rao, please answer this. The people of Karnataka want to know this. The people of India want to know this. What was it that DK Ravi was to expose? Who was the minister who was going to be arrested? Who was the minister? Was it the Home Minister of Karnataka who was going to be arrested?
You never gave it to CBI.
Did you call it suicide?
You're fabricating
You first tell who was the minister against whom Mr. DK Ravi was going to expose. You should come out with the truth today. You should come out with the truth.
What was the intention?
You are privy to all this information. Come out with the truth.
Okay, 1 second. Now I'd like to get Raghav Chadha with Gundu Rao.
Anything which has gone against Mr. Ravi. We have always supported Mr. Ravi.
No.
We have given him good
Mr. Gundu Rao.
Mr. Gundu Rao, you know Mr. Gundu Rao.
I have a very bad throat. I can't.
No, Mr. Gundu Rao, I'll tell you one thing. I'll just tell you one thing. You see, Mr. Gundu Rao, I'll give you a piece of advice, Mr. Minister.
Get my voice across is by shouting. There's no other way.
What
Because
post you are talking about? It was transferred 28
I'm
times.
going to not relent. We are going to go with the CID.
Mr. Gundu Rao, please have the patience to listen. Please have the patience to listen.
One at a time. I want to say something to Mr.
The people of Karnataka who voted you into power are asking some serious questions.
This is absolutely
And you and your government are risking. You are risking the credibility. You are risking the credibility of your party by neglecting the questions of the people and by trying to protect certain vested interest groups, certain mafia and certain politicians. Please acknowledge the fact that the system has become so corrupt and so compromised that honesty and uprightness of officers are regarded and rewarded only with death threats.
Mr. Gundu Rao, Mr. Gundu Rao, can you hear me?
Three things.
Except the CBI?
No, one second, Mr. Gundu Rao. Mr. Gundu Rao, have you... Okay, 1 second. Question for you, Mr. Gundu Rao. It'll be interesting. Take a question. Here's a question for you, okay? The question is this. An honest IAS officer, just 36 years of age, is found dead in his room after having made a series of enemies.
No, you're repeating this over and over and over again, Mr. Arnab. Let's talk about the subject.
The subject is this, and please listen to me now. Mr. Gundu Rao, I request you.
Yeah,
I request you. Yeah, when I talk about the subject, you have this very bad habit of, you have a very bad habit, Mr. Gundu Rao. Your bad habit is whenever a fact is put out, you start speaking again. So I'll speak to you, and you know what? If Mr. Gundu Rao doesn't listen now, then the viewers can see whether the Congress party has stopped listening, because the Congress spokesperson comes on the program. The least you can do is listen.
No, you have stopped listening.
Now the question is, an honest IAS officer, just 36 years of age, is found hanging in his room after having made a series of enemies for acting out of honesty and exposing corruption. And then you have a disgraceful Home Minister of Karnataka, who in the floor of the assembly, I call him disgraceful. I say this is a disgraceful behavior of a Home Minister. I say the Home Minister behaved in a disgraceful manner. What will you do, arrest me? I would say once again, the Home Minister of Karnataka behaved in a disgraceful manner. What will you do, arrest me? I say third time, the Home Minister of Karnataka behaved in a disgraceful manner. What will you do, Mr. Gundu Rao? The Home Minister of Karnataka behaved in a disgraceful manner by floating a personal angle theory on the floor of the assembly. The Bangalore Police Commissioner behaved in an unprofessional manner by calling this a case of prima facie suicide even before the facts were at his disposal. And we have every damn right to ask these questions, Mr. Gundu Rao. We have every right to ask these questions, because had we not asked these questions, you know what you would have done. Had we not asked these questions, Mr. Gundu Rao, you would have covered up this case. You were just about to cover up this case.
You want to finish the Congress?
You were just about to cover up this. Mr. Gundu Rao, nobody wants to finish a particular political party.
Resistance of the state government.
We would not let the mafia run this country.
Be inquired by an independent authority merits enough for an investigating authority, an independent investigating empowered authority to look into this entire matter. The sheer
opening up the
floor. If you have nothing to hide, then why are you fearful of CBI?
Pronounce this as a case of suicide. Please,
why did you call it a case of suicide?
There are at least,
wait for the
Mr. Gundu Rao,
did you wait for the report?
There are a minimum of 3 things that the government can do in order to honor.
Mr. Gundu Rao, did you wait for the report before calling it a case of suicide?
Undermining the very system.
Mr. Gundu Rao, the Home Minister undermined the system.
You have no faith in the CID. You have no faith in anybody except yourself.
Okay. So just one second. Gundu Rao, don't go on and on.
It is the same Congress.
No. Just a minute. Raghav, you see, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Raghav, 1 minute. Raghav, a minute. No, Raghav.
Cases that went in Karnataka when the BJP was in power. What is stopping you now? Why this resistance?
Mr. Patra is only speaking rubbish.
Okay, Gundu Rao.
He doesn't even know what's happened over there.
Mr. Gundu Rao, did you...
Sir,
Mr. Gundu Rao, if you know everything, then why are you hiding from the CBI?
Disgraceful
Mr. Gundu Rao, if you know everything, declare it.
You are lending a lot of credence to all these suspicions.
Who was the minister who was to be targeted
targeted
by the additional commissioner of Bangalore? Who was the minister? We all know a big exposer was coming on the way. Who was the minister? Was it Mr. KG George?
No.
Was it Mr. George? No. There is no fabrication. Whose company's confident group? Whose real estate group is the confident group?
How do you know what was coming in the
Whose is the embassy group?
How are you privy to all this? How are you privy to all this?
That's what I am asking. You are privy to all this. Declare it today. Declare it today. If there is nothing wrong, if there is nothing to hide, then why are you being fearful of the CBI? Don't be fearful. Don't be defensive. Allow the CBI to take over.
Mr. Gundu Rao, one question to you before I open up to calls. First of all,
one
question to Mr. Gundu Rao, please. One sec. One question to Gundu Rao, please. Gundu Rao is on air and RK Misra is on air. RK Misra is coming in, and Mr. Gundu Rao, you may be a minister in Karnataka. You don't run this program. You just learn to be quiet occasionally.
Only one question.
Yeah.
Gundu Rao is not, Gundu Rao does not believe CBI because BJP is in the center. Earlier they believed CBI because UPA was in power.
You don't believe CBI.
So it means both the parties don't believe the CBI.
No. Mr. Gundu Rao, you believe that...
No, come on, Gundu Rao.
Okay.
Then when UPA was in power, everything was good with CBI, correct?
Right. One second, please. Gundu Rao.
I'm not saying that.
Gundu Rao, this is Arnab here. Mr. Gundu Rao,
If you believe
Mr.
CBI
Gundu Rao,
will use
RK Misra a minute.
power,
Mr. Gundu
CBI will use
Rao.
power.
You see, it is terrible for Mr. Gundu Rao that all he has done is, all that you have done today, Mr. Gundu Rao, is that you have landed yourself in a pit of your own making on the program. You have repeatedly said, you have repeatedly said, you have,
and how the investigation is taken
no,
place.
I'll tell you. Mr. Gundu Rao, a minute. I am only asking you for 30 seconds.
You take a call.
So the question is, Mr. Gundu Rao, just a question. For once, 45 minutes into the program, for the first time on the program, listen to a question and answer it. Mr. Gundu Rao, I concede that you are right. Nobody should preempt the investigation. Right? Nobody should speak before the CBCID investigation. Anybody who speaks before a CBCID investigation is showing disrespect for the law. In that case, my only question to you is...
Not necessary.
My question to you is, why are the Home Minister and the Police Commissioner preempting the investigation and disrespecting the law?
Getting the results.
Can I reply?
Why did they do that? Did they do that or not? Did KJ George float the personal theory or not? Did the police commissioner try to close the investigation before it started or not? Why did they do that? What was their motive?
On the floor of Vidhan Sabha, the Home Minister, holding a very responsible position, has said, yes, there is an unnatural death. It looks to be a case of suicide. We have got some information regarding some personal issues, but we will come out with another.
Why did he say the police have found clues? Why did he float the personal angles? Admission. That's an admission. Sambit Patra, that's an admission.
How do you expect?
That's an admission.
Was Mr. George in a hurry? Was Mr. George not trying to protect
This is what happens.
To supersede
The truth should come out.
Mr. Gundu Rao, it is a clear-cut case.
TSR Subramaniam
Was in a hurry in order to protect his own credibility.
basic case of conflict of
Mr.
interest.
George himself was in the witness box. Mr. George
his own
himself was in the wrong
companies
spot.
were raided,
And that is the
his
reason
own
as to
companies
why
were
he
under
was jumping the
scrutiny by this
line
officer.
and was
A minute.
speaking out of the turn.
We are now taking callers. Narayan is calling in from Gulbarga. He's a businessman. Yes, Mr. Narayan.
Namaste, Goswami.
Namaste.
I'm very much grateful to you.
Thank you.
I have one question to ask Mr. Arrogant Dinesh. His name is not Gundu Rao. He is Dinesh. His father was the chief minister. His father is Gundu Rao. Can you kindly make it rectification? And sorry, Mr. Gundu Rao, Mr. Dinesh Gundu Rao, you should have the shame. Yesterday you have tweeted that it should be given to the CBI. Are you ready to accept?
Let's pick that up.
Are you ready to give this case to the shit? First, listen to me. Don't be arrogant.
I have said.
Under the supervision, listen, Mr. Arnab, are we electing the people to do the mafia business? Or to do the people they say that this is what by the people, for the people, and we are. I feel that what Dinesh is talking, we are elected him to do the mafia business. First answer, Mr. Dinesh. Why your Mr. Health Minister and the Chief Minister, why they have gone to Victoria Hospital? First question. This gives you the lot of scope for destroying your documents. First listen. Listen. Already your Congress party is finished. Already your Congress. And one listen. First listen. No.
This is the most ridiculous argument.
Why you demanded CBI inquiry against Narendra Modi?
Chief
Why you are indicated? And what happened? No, not education. CID. You are telling that CID and COD. What happened to the CID and COD?
Okay, Mr. Narayana, point taken. Gundu Rao, please respond.
See, does the Chief Minister have to go to the post-mortem place to fabricate evidence? This is laughable.
Why did he go? Why did he go there?
Why did he go?
He wanted to see the body.
He wanted to see the body.
He could have seen the body at the home.
No, he could not. Why would he go?
Room.
Everything with jaundiced eyes.
No, not.
You have a jaundiced.
No. Grisha is asking a question.
Absolutely against
One
the
second,
law.
Grisha. One second, Grishma Nyak, daughter of late Madan Nayak, is watched this debate. She wants to say something. Yes, Grishma, over to you.
Yes. Yes, it's not about the political parties here. When our case was when my father died, it was BJP party. Why didn't they agree to put it for CBI? Can they answer me now?
Exactly.
Answer Sambit Patra.
Why do you put political colors on this?
Good point. Answer Grishma.
Grishma, I'll hang my head in shame if any one of my politician from my party has erred in Karnataka. And please don't laugh.
By the way, Mr. Gundu Rao, don't laugh. It's a serious issue. Stop laughing.
Let me hang my head in shame. I hang my head in shame if any politician from my party has erred, and I can promise you, Grishma, I promise you, I will personally fly down to, yes, I will fly down to, I commit myself today, I will fly down to Bangalore, I will collect your documents, I will run from pillar to post. I promise this on Times Now today, and you will see me very soon in Bangalore. I take oath. In front of this country, I take oath today. I will go to Bangalore, we'll meet you in person, we'll see to it that whatever I can in my personal capacity will help you. I take this oath today.
No, Sambit, it is all right to come on. No, one second, I won't let go at this point. No, Grishma is asking a relevant question.
Sambit, hold on.
Grishma is asking a relevant question, and 1 second, please. I think Grishma should be allowed to speak. Sambit, let us put Grishma on one side and Sambit Patra on the other.
Yes.
And I really feel so happy today. I feel so happy, Grishma, that people like you are speaking out. When we began this whole campaign, Failing the Honest, we did it because, I'll tell you this, there ought to be a collective sense of guilt in this great country of ours. A sense of guilt that whether Madan Nayak dies or DK Ravi dies, we don't do anything and the political system does nothing. So you are absolutely right, Grishma. The BJP conveniently handed over the case to the CBCID. It did not transfer your father's murder case to the CBI. All this while you waited for justice, the trial continued. Okay? And then, Sambit Patra, so that you realize, your forest minister in February 2013, so you realize this, we don't want to give a false impression that the BJP is any more sensitive than the Congress, because the fact is that it is not. When your forest minister in February 2013, when your party was in power in Karnataka, said on the floor of the assembly that your government had granted amenities to Madan Nayak's family, something that Madan Nayak's wife Sumati Nayak said was an utter lie. Grishma, say it tonight. Tell them how the government lied. Tell Mr. Sambit Patra how the BJP government lied in the case of your father and your family.
Yes, let me put this. The Home Minister then, R. Ashok, gave a wrong statement that my father was on a picnic and he was drunk and that is why this all happened. How could he give this statement when he had no clue about this?
Grishma, you are right.
It's not the political party.
No, you are right. It's not about political party. Even if my leaders have erred in Karnataka, then I hang my head in shame and I would condemn them.
No condemnation does not do. No condemnation does not do. No condemnation does not do.
Never be two yardsticks.
No, Sambit.
I cannot speak in a different voice when it is BJP, and I cannot speak in a different voice when it is Congress. I speak in unison with the people of this country. I speak in unison.
Karnataka is no different what Congress is doing today.
Then definitely we should change. I agree. If we were wrong, then we have to mend our ways.
Take it on.
No, yes, we will take it on. I will take it on. I promise. Sir, I promise. I'm a young politician of the country. We want change. We want change. We are young politicians. I tell you, I promise you, I will fly down to Karnataka. We'll meet Grishma. You will see me. Please, Arnab, follow this up. I will go and meet Grishma. We'll see to it. We'll see to it that if anyone has heard, I'll take this matter to the topmost people in this party. And I just mean it. I am not saying just for the sake of saying.
You see, Sambit, I'm sorry to have to make a statement because, Grishma today is speaking out of years of frustration. You can say anything today to Grishma. No, she has lost her father. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sambit. Yes. 1 minute, please let me speak. You know, political parties only want to politicize things. I can understand how Grishma, you know what Grishma and her mother Sumati Nayak have been through?
No, I can
You
understand.
can take back the pain. You know what it feels, and I know today, I know Grishma, you are right, because I know so many people are calling the Times Now newsroom with their own stories. And you know one thing which they all say, is that be in our position. After we lose our family member, our breadwinner, someone we love, after then we are made to feel sorry and we are made to feel small. With one file we go from government office to government office to government office. And I know this, we do this to people who die, we do this to crusaders families. I know martyrs families, people who died fighting for the nation. Their families, their wives, their daughters, their sons go from file to file to file and nobody gives a damn. I'm telling you this. You will settle your political score, Sambit. You will make this an issue with the Congress will make this an issue with the BJP. But do you realize somewhere people are snapping? Grishma was quiet. No, one second. Grishma was quiet. Grishma was quiet through the discussion. But at one point it gets too much, Sambit. I'm telling you, you have some sense of the kind of mails we are getting. And why I told Gundu Rao stop smiling, because you know, you see these mails, nothing to smile about. We have let down our people. We remember them once every 5 years.
That was very insensitive of him laughing about it. It is not about BJP versus Congress.
I'm not laughing. I am not
and what his government is doing for, because now it is his government. Mr. Nayak's case is still hanging.
Yes, it is still
so
hanging.
Mr. Gundu Rao, there is nothing to laugh about it.
Yes, Grishma.
Sambit's government could not do it. You do it. Come on.
I'm not like. Definitely we will look into this. We will check what's happening.
Out and says, yes, this is not for you.
may I come in on this?
No, one second. Can you tell us more? Yes, Grishma, tell me. No, I want to listen to Grishma now. What happens when you go to the Chief Minister? Tell us.
Let me come to the things what they had promised to us. They had promised a job to my sister, and then when we go meet them, they give a clerical job and say, this is what we can give you. We did say that we are financially not stable, so please help us with something. And they say that the clerical job is the highest post what we can give to your sister, but she was overqualified for it. And this has been like pushing from like last 3 years. What are they? So it's not about BJP government. It's over. The case is over. What did the Congress government do after that? Didn't we go meet them?
I will definitely look into this, Arnab.
No, but you know, Gundu Rao, every time we pick up a case on the media, we pick up a case in the media, you say we'll look it up. When someone like Grishma comes on Newshour, Sambit Patra say we'll look it up. But do you see, Mr. Gundu Rao, your change from the beginning of the program? All you wanted to do was simply say, you know, you guys are wrong, journalists are wrong, we'll throw a few personal allegations at the anchor, we'll try and distract it into a BJP Congress issue, and we will fool the people. Let me speak now. We will fool the people. I'm telling you, Gundu Rao, remember one thing. You can't fool people, you can't target media, you can't make personal allegations, you can't avoid the issue, you will have to face the facts and the people will corner you. I'm so happy, Grishma, and I'm saying today on the Newshour, we will help people like Grishma corner the governments which have cheated them. This is not a country to be ruled by the mafia.
Of my government, Arnab,
it's not about
Let us speak.
My father, Arnab.
Yes,
it's not about my father. I'm talking like a citizen of India. You have to give justice to the citizen of India.
Speak to my Chief Minister.
Absolutely.
We
Absolutely, Grishma. I remember.
No, madam, on your behalf, I promise you that I will speak to the Chief Minister. We will find out what all we can do.
Thank you for bringing Grishma here.
I
think it also gives a good reason to rally for her cause.
You know, I'll tell you, I want to say I am grateful to Grishma for coming on Newshour today. But I know how difficult it is for someone who has suffered personal loss. Yesterday on the Newshour, there was Satish Naik's brother here. He's given up his job. He's fighting. He said on the Newshour, I'm willing to be murdered, but I won't give up. These are young people, Mr. Mishra, who are now getting very confident. They are willing to take up the system, and we will stand by them.
Yes.
And by the way, before I come back to Dinesh Gundu Rao, I want to go across very briefly to the Samajwadi Party. First, I want to apologize to Mr. Waqar. I have been, Mr. Syed Asim Waqar, I know you've been listening on to the discussion, मगर आप उत्तर प्रदेश से हैं. ये केस कर्नाटका का था, इसलिए काफ़ी समय आपको हम इन्वॉल्व नहीं कर पाए. मगर सवाल ये, इसके लिए माफ़ कीजिए, मगर सवाल आपसे ये है कि आप जब ये सब केसेस देख रहे हैं तो आपको क्या लगता है कि जिस तरह से मंजूनाथ के केस को दबाने की कोशिश हुई थी, जिस तरह से अबरार अहमद अंसारी के केस को दबाने की कोशिश हुई थी, जिस तरह से ज़ियाउल हक जिनको मारा गया था आईपीएस ऑफिसर को प्रतापगढ़ में, उनके केस को दबाने की कोशिश हुई थी, क्या आपको लगता है आज समाजवादी पार्टी ऐसे केसेस को दबा पाएगी? जिस तरह से देश में आक्रोश बढ़ चुका है वकार जी इस केस को लेके, डीके रवि को केस के लेके, आप जैसे नेता या आप जैसे पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज आज के बाद क्या दोबारा सोचेंगे किसी एक केस को दबाने के पहले?
देखिए मिस्टर अर्नब गोस्वामी, दिस इज नॉट द क्वेश्चन ऑफ द उत्तर प्रदेश, दिस इज द क्वेश्चन ऑफ आवर कंट्री। मैं अपनी सारी संवेदनाएं दिल की गहराइयों से ग्रीष्मा जी और रवि जी की फैमिली के साथ रखता हूं, लेकिन यह सच्चाई है कि सब पॉलिटिशियंस या हर आदमी खराब नहीं होता है। मैं इस तरह की घटनाओं के खिलाफ हूं, क्योंकि मेरे जैसे या हर आदमी, आप किसी से पूछेंगे, वो इस तरह के लोगों के जो माफिया हैं या इस तरह के काम कर रहे हैं उनके खिलाफ हैं। आपने हमारे उत्तर प्रदेश का जिक्र किया, ज़ियाउल हक की बात की
जी।
ज़ियाउल हक जी की मौत पर सबको दुख था और आज भी हम सबको दुख है। वो एक अलग तरह का केस था, वो मास मर्डर था, उसमें भीड़ ने उनके साथ ये हरकत की थी।
नहीं जी,
लेकिन आपको ये
नहीं जी, उनके
मालूम होगा कि हमारे मुख्यमंत्री, मैं सैल्यूट करता हूं, आप मुझे बोलने दीजिए कि उन्होंने जैसे ही बात सुनिए, मुझे मेरी बात सुनिए, सीबीआई इंक्वायरी हुई है, सीबीआई इंक्वायरी हुई है, मैं सब जानता हूं, आप भी जानते हैं। मुख्यमंत्री ने
सीबीआई कोर्ट रिजेक्टेड द क्लोजर रिपोर्ट दैट गेव राजा भैया क्लीन चिट इन जुलाई 2014।
जी देखिए, सीबीआई ने जांच की है, सीबीआई ने जिन लोगों को एक्यूज्ड बनाया था, जिन लोगों को इसका अपराधी घोषित किया था, वो सब जेल में हैं, उनको सजाएं मिली हैं, और जिनको सीबीआई ने रिलीज किया है उन पर कोई केस नहीं बनता है। लेकिन आपको ये मानना पड़ेगा, हमारे मुख्यमंत्री ने आज तक कभी किसी भी जांच में अगर सीबीआई की जरूरत पड़ी या डिमांड हुई है तो उसको
वकार जी ये सच नहीं है। मैं आपसे नहीं वकार जी, नो दैट्स नॉट द इशू। वकार जी
पूरे हिंदुस्तान में
नो वकार जी, नहीं सैयद असीम वकार जी, प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस। आई थिंक दिस केस,
वकार जी से पूछिए कि उस मॉब को लाने वाला कौन था, उस मॉब को लाने वाला कौन था, और वो जेल में है क्या, और वो जेल में है क्या?
नहीं, उनको मंत्री बनाया गया था,
उनको पुनः मंत्री बनाया गया।
He became a minister. He became a minister.
I am also from UP.
पूछ लीजिए।
I am also from UP.
Yes, TSR Subramaniam, go ahead.
उत्तर प्रदेश का मैं भी हूँ। मॉब जो है उत्तर प्रदेश में आती नहीं है, वो लाई जाती है,
लोगों को मारा जाता है। एक डीएसपी को मारा गया,
लगा रहे हैं
TSR Subramaniam. Is it not absolutely clear that Ziaul Haq, a police officer, was killed?
Arnab, you go to Pratapgarh area, the same anger that is there in Bangalore was there in Pratapgarh at that time, and they all know the facts.
जैसे ही डिमांड उठी,
they all know the facts.
कि माननीय मुख्यमंत्री ने सीबीआई इंक्वायरी की है।
Please don't, no, I know what
at that time, and at that time the party in power in UP had to have a close relationship with party in power in Delhi, and it got caught in the politics.
No, not only that, let me say this. In the case of Shanmugam Manjunath, the Indian Oil Corporation sales manager was shot dead. The Samajwadi Party government's TSR Subramaniam was in power in 2005. He was exposing the oil mafia. The UP police, he had been warned by the UP police that he could be in trouble because the accused were influential. In other words, a whistleblower, Manjunath, was warned by the UP police. So I'm saying this openly tonight. I don't care who likes it or doesn't. The police has become a part of the mafia as well in many states. That's why we don't trust them. And today, I find today that when Greeshma, people like Greeshma, Ashok Khemka come out and speak, both political parties suddenly feel that they need to stand by her. Where were they all this while before Greeshma came on television? Does every person who suffers need to come on television to get promises of political support? Nobody was there. Mr. Khemka, would you like to comment on that? Mr. Khemka, you've been through this yourself.
Yes, Arnab, the short point I would like to make here, that what Mr. Gundu Rao has been very charitable in the case of Greeshma, he should show the same grace in the case of Mr. DK Ravi's death. And the only question is, if the family of Mr. DK Ravi wants a probe by the CBI, there should not be any hesitation on the part of the state government to abide by the wishes of the family who are first affected by the unfortunate death of Mr. DK Ravi. Even if we do not insinuate against anybody, why should there be a hesitation on the part of the Karnataka government to hand over the probe to an independent agency when the parents of the officer want it?
See, Mr. Khemka, we're not trying to win laurels over here, but as a responsible government, we are confident that we can crack this case. No. We will leave no stone unturned till justice is done.
You'll crack it
and when we come out with the report,
but you already declared.
You can discuss time now. We will leave no
the
stone
question
unturned.
You already cracked the case the very second
No,
day.
the truth will come out. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Gundu Rao, I am not... Wait a minute.
All the time.
Mr. Within 18 hours,
Gundu
the Home
Rao,
Minister cracks the case and you say you will investigate? What is left to investigate?
Look at us.
No.
We are a responsible government over here.
Please listen to me.
See to it. Please, people will appreciate the work that we have done. People will say yes.
People are not appreciating. People are on the street. People are on the street demanding a CBI inquiry. They are not appreciating you.
No, I also want to say one thing.
And appreciating CBI.
I also want to say
one institution.
No, I wish.
Family wants it. Their family wants it. What's the problem?
Justice should be given within the system.
No, you
Justice should come
Mr.
within
Goswami.
the system.
Come on,
Not from outside.
Gundu Rao.
So if you don't,
Please, can you convince their family?
System is the one which has killed him.
him.
When your system is the one which has killed him, how do you believe that fair justice would be delivered from that very system? The very system is the one which has killed him.
Our system has not killed him. Don't make such wild allegations.
Mr. George is the head of the CBCID which you want to investigate. Mr. George is himself in the box.
Because
I'm asking you, Mr. Gundu Rao. Mr. Gundu Rao, I'm asking you if the family wants a CBI investigation. If the family wants a CBI investigation, Mr. Gundu Rao, what do you have to hide if the family wants?
Dinesh, listen, yeah.
Inquiry.
Dinesh, can you convince the family? Dinesh, can you convince the family
that the system has become
convince
so
the family.
corrupt, so compromised and so dirty that honest officers are rewarded with death threats. They are rewarded with professional harm,
can you please
personal harm, emotional torture, and in many cases with the loss of life.
Please convince that
The three minimum things that your government can do today to honor the martyrdom of Mr. DK Ravi is number one. Install an independent investigation. Let an independent body like the CBI inquire into all the contours that led to the demise of Mr. DK Ravi. Number two, make sure that all the cases that Mr. DK Ravi was spearheading are completed in a time-bound manner. A special panel is set up to look into all the cases that Mr. DK Ravi was involved with, because those who then stand to benefit from Mr. DK Ravi's absence must be brought to book. And number three, you need an overhauling of the system. A system needs to be created where whistleblowers, where anti-corruption crusaders are incentivized.
Yesterday,
public should say.
One more question.
The public has no faith. I put this to the test. I put this to the test, Mr. Mishra. 1 minute. I put this to the test. You have a government which tried to cover it up, and now the government says that we will investigate it. It will not. Mr. Gundu Rao, please now. Mr. Gundu Rao, remember one thing. Remember one thing. People are watching you every single minute. You first create a situation where people. Mr. Gundu Rao, you create a situation where people are killed. You create a situation where people are killed. Then you express condolences. Then you offer their family members jobs, then you make them roam around, then you make it seem like arms. This is a predictable script, a predictable script, a predictable script to silence crusaders. You will not be allowed to run a predictable script to silence crusaders. India has snapped. You are testing the patience of the people. And I promise tonight, Mr. Gundu Rao, the more the attacks by people like you on the media, the more politicians like you try and make personal attacks, we are determined here at Times Now to expose each and every one of you. So watch out, Mr. Gundu Rao. Watch out, Mr. Gundu Rao, because the media is going to come after all the people who are part of the process of silencing crusaders. This entire campaign, people versus the mafia, is going to become a big campaign. And by the way, Gundu Rao, at 7:42 p.m. yesterday, the 18th of March, you had said if there are unanswered questions, the matter can definitely be handed over to the CBI. So the viewer was absolutely right. 7:42, 1 minute. It is there, please. 7:42 a.m. I think on March 18th. You said if there are unanswered questions, the matter can be handed over to the CBI. It's on my screen. Today there are unanswered questions. Hand over the matter to the CBI.
I said we have to finish our examination.
What are you scared of? Seeman Chaudhary is calling from Delhi.
We are not scared of anything.
Why scared?
We are not.
Why are politicians running scared nowadays?
We are not scared of anything.
Why? In fact, it's good. Politicians ought to run a bit scared now. Seeman Chaudhary from Delhi.
Absolutely no iota of fear. There is no iota of fear in this.
The evidences first.
Yeah.
Even Mr. PC Chako said the same thing today. These are delaying tactics.
Sambit Patra, Seman Chaudhary is on the line from Delhi.
Yeah. Hi, Arnab.
Hi, Seman.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you.
The first point that I want to make is very simple point. That is hamam mein sab nange hain. Whether it is BJP, Congress, Samajwadi, they are all the same. We have not forgotten what happened to Durga Shakti. We have not forgotten how she was suppressed. What happened with her? Second important point. What is happening is the new generation. I have a young daughter who wants to become an IAS officer.
That's right.
Incidents like this are putting her in such a situation that they're amazed at how can politicians rule this country and depress the bureaucracy. People like TSR Subramaniam, Mr. Khemka are here. Why can't they stand up? Why can't the IAS lobby stand up today who runs this country and not the politicians and say that's enough of it? We can't tolerate these politicians to rule this country like this. And third most important point, which is very, very important for all these politicians to understand, that this public, you cannot fool around. Where is Sonia Gandhi today? Where is Rahul Gandhi today when their own government in this Karnataka is doing all these things? If all the political parties have a determination to clean this up, they should come up.
Mr. Chaudhary is saying something.
This is the stage. Stop it, Mr. Gundu Rao. You can't interrupt me speaking. You can do it with other politicians. You can't do it with public. Okay? So please take this pledge now. I want to see Sonia Gandhi coming and declaring a CBI probe tomorrow morning if she has any integrity left for this country. That is my last point. Thank you.
Yes, Mr.
Sonia Gandhi can have a solidarity march for Manmohan Singh. Why not a solidarity march for DK Ravi?
Mr. Patra, BJP has looted Karnataka. Please have some shame. You have
65 years of defaulting the country and you are preaching us what
No,
is
but why can't Sonia Gandhi? No, it's a relevant question. It's a relevant question, Mr. Gundu Rao. Mr. Gundu Rao, this has happened in a Congress ruled state. Why doesn't Sonia Gandhi speak on this?
You know, our government is a responsible government, Arnab.
Whether they are responsible or irresponsible, let people judge. But why can't? Is it too small an issue? Dinesh Gundu Rao, an honest IAS officer, has died in mysterious circumstances while exposing corruption. Are you saying to me it's too small an issue for Sonia Gandhi to talk about? Is it too small an issue?
This IAS officer has had the full backing of our government. He has been given good postings, key postings,
this is really
and we have never ever treated him unfairly.
Okay, I'm wrapping up.
On his own request.
I want to thank everyone. I want to thank everyone.
On his own request.
Raghav Chadha, TSR Subramaniam, Ashok Khemka, K Misra, but most importantly, Gundu Rao, Sambit Patra, Raghav Chadha. But most importantly, I want to thank Grishma Nyak today. And Greeshma, we will follow up what Sambit Patra promised to you.
Yes, I promise.
And I hope, I want to know if there's anything you want to say at the end, but I hope there are others like you who have suffered and are willing to take up the fight now. Is there something you'd like to say, Greeshma?
Sorry.
Is there something you'd like to say now, Greeshma?
See, it's not, again, it's not about me. It's about people of India. Please, we elect you to have a very secure life. Don't give this wrong statement to the people in India that we are not for you, we are for ourselves. We are building our kingdom. Please don't do this.
Yeah.
We can't fight. See, a family like us can't come in front and fight every time in front of media. Just come and wait for this situation that, okay, there's somebody who's going to come and help me with this.
And yeah.
After 3 years.
You know, and Greeshma, there are people out there, there are politicians out there, many who are vile, many who are insensitive, many who feel that if the crusaders die, they will go scot-free. But I assure you, Greeshma, I assure you, at least we will assure you here at Times Now, your father's death, DK Ravi's death will not be in vain.
Yes.
It will not be in vain. And I said yesterday at the beginning of my program, Grishma, I said that in this country, you know, when somebody honest wants to take on somebody very corrupt and very powerful, they kill them. I said it yesterday with all, I said I'm aware today, people kill them, they don't even threaten, they just kill somebody who takes on the system. But it's not easy to kill the country's spirit, is it?
Is it because that we are not getting justice and the case is being pulled and just for years together?
Yes.
So the accused is always like secure?
Yes.
You're right, you're right.
Yes, to drag the case on.
So for more than 7 to 8 years, you're all secured.
Yeah, they want to frustrate.
And then the case begins, and
collective failure of the criminal
that's
justice.
right.
which again goes on a stay for a few years.
That's the whole thing,
So-
you see, Grishma, I'm
What are
telling
you
you,
trying to
I'll let TSR Subramaniam answer that point of yours, but my sense is that the feeling of this mafia is that honest people don't have the resources to fight on after they lose somebody, after somebody from their family is killed. So the whole idea, Mr. Subramaniam, is just frustrate these people. Drag it on. We have the resources to drag it on. They don't have the resources to stay on in the fight, right?
Arnab, you gave the example Uttar Pradesh. DP Yadav's murder was committed in 1992. The conviction takes place in 2014. Till then, he was lording over UP as the king of UP for 25 years. It gives you a clear message as to what happens to you if you are a mafia man and also a politician, how you can control things over time.
Yeah.
She is perfectly correct that there are so many factors. And our governor in J&K, Vora, said in 1993 in writing, that report government has not yet released, the criminal nexus between politicians and mafia. Not today, this is not something new. 25 years, we have now corrupted officers, we have corrupted the system, we have corrupted our administration, and people like Ravi pay the price. Ravi is only the tip of the iceberg. The problem is much, much larger, and you are the sufferers. You, me, all of us.
Well, I'm glad this conversation has begun. This is a tipping point. There's a lot of anger building up. It's an inflection moment, and I don't think we should let it die. Even if this is a year-long campaign, let it begin here. Thank you for joining me on this very important Newshour debate tonight. Thank you.